The producers of Harvesting Happiness podcast proudly present Positively Contagious, the mental health survival kit for the COVID-19 pandemic. Positively Contagious with Lisa Cypers, Kamen, and Andrea Minghelli features tips and tools for staying sane and emotionally fit while sheltering in place. Give us 9 minutes or less, and we'll give you smart and simple strategies for your well-being. This is Lisa Cypers, Kamen, host of Harvesting Happiness, and my producer, Andrea Minghelli, in the house. We are back with another mini episode of Positively Contagious. Tips, strategies, and support for dealing with COVID-19. Andrea, today we're talking about the golden rule, going back to basics, to the beginning of how we treat others and how it relates to this virus and our emotional health.
Yes, I mean, kindness is always important, but especially now. So many of us just need that extra little boost, that extra little something in our day. And I've been seeking out all sorts of ways to do that.
Yeah, like the random act of kindness, the not so random act of kindness, being friendly, being kind, going the extra mile to ease the burden for someone else. I can give you a silly example. The other day I was in the market and I overheard the woman who was checking out saying that she was freaking out at touching money, which I completely understand, right? Money is sort of the worst contagion of a negative kind. And I happened to have had an extra pair of fresh disposable gloves in my pocket, and I gave them to her. She was elated. She was so happy.
Well, and just that simple act of caring made her day.
Yeah.
And it's a stressful time for people in service positions. I mean, the medical field, retail, grocery, restaurants. A lot of us are filled with fear and uncertainty, and especially those positions because they're coming in direct contact with the public. So we feed off of each other's energy.
Yes. And we are all in a fearful place, whether it's fearful of our physical well-being or fearful of our economic well-being, because some of us do not have income during this crisis. Some of us have reduced income. Some of us have lost a ton of money in the stock market and are of retirement age or close to retirement age and feel nervous about that. We are all in this together, affected at different degrees. And I think the recognition that kindness and a certain gentility and seeing the humanity in the other person is really, really important.
Yes. And when we see someone who is seems to be over the top with stress, we really don't know what they're walking. We don't know what has led them to that point. And it's best to err on the side of compassion and kindness rather than returning in the same way.
Yeah. I was in the post office the other day mailing a letter, and the postal clerk, who's typically, not your most friendly gal on the planet, but she was exceptionally surly. And I was like, girl, what's up with that? I asked her, how are you doing? And she says, I'm just trying to stay healthy. She had on gloves. She didn't have on a mask. She was not having it. She did not want to engage. And I just was like, light and love to you, my friend. Like, it took everything in me not to say, you know what, come on. But I was like, you know what? I'm not walking in her shoes. I don't know what conditions she has at home, but I just wish her goodness.
Yes. And sometimes people who need that the most will show it in the most unloving of ways.
Yes. But we're all struggling in the same ways together. This virus, this illness is class, color, religion. It's completely agnostic. It's just looking for a host.
Yes, absolutely.
It doesn't care what color you are, how much you have in your bank account. It just wants to reside in a cozy, warm place where it can fester and grow. And our job to fight it is to make it an inhospitable environment for it to do so.
Yes, absolutely. Amen.
So when we talk about the elderly, I mentioned in an earlier episode that I'm caring for a 95-year-old aunt. You are caring not only for your kids, but you're caring for aging parents who are in facilities where they have locked down. What are other ways that we can pay it forward and ease the burden of those we know and those we don't?
Something that comes to mind, we were talking about technology and being connected in a previous episode. And for most of us, that's easy to do, but there are elders who just are not technologically savvy. They have a basic cell phone. They don't know how to conference call or video chat. They might not even know how to text. And something that comes to mind with a few of the elders in my neighborhood is to just write them a sweet little note and tuck it under their doormat or tape it to their door. There's no need to connect with them over that. I mean, I'm thinking being really careful and wearing a pair of gloves while I do this, just in case there's something that I've come in contact with. I wouldn't want to pass anything along, but someone giving them their thoughtfulness might mean a whole lot and could really brighten them, not just for a day, but for a little while.
Yeah. I think sending well wishes, telling others that their safety and well-being matters, that you hope that they remain strong, that you hope they remain in good humor. And I think part of this golden rule thing, to me, really taps into this humor thing, because this is serious, right? The illness itself is serious. The ramifications to the world are serious. The ramifications to the economy, the domino effect that spills into every sector of society, it's a real thing. And then again, management of our attitude and our choices is a real thing, right? Like how we relate to the issue is really the issue.
Exactly. Yes. It's all about how we frame it.
So when we talk about the golden rule, go out and make somebody else's day with your kind words. Do something nice for someone else. Be of use to somebody else which will help you temporarily suspend your own fear, your own anxiety, and your own ego. This is Lisa Cypers, Kamen, host of Harvesting Happiness, and producer Andrea Minghelli, wishing you a great day in spite of the unknowns and in spite of your own mind. We hope that this series, Positively Contagious, offers you tips that are helpful and ones that you can share with others. We'll be back with another episode. Thanks for joining us on this special episode of Positively Contagious. This is Lisa Cypers, Kamen, and producer Andrea Minghelli signing off for now. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive. Don't forget to tune in for our regular consciously prepared brain food on Harvesting Happiness, wherever you get your podcasts. To learn more about Harvesting Happiness consulting services, please visit harvestinghappiness.com. Get social with us on Facebook at Harvesting Happiness, on Twitter at HH Talk Radio, and on Instagram at HH_Talk Radio.